Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Again. We've been gone for a little while, so sorry about that, but with E3 we figured it was probably the best time to have a little mini break from the series.
Yeah, definitely. We just got so backlogged on like E3 articles and stuff like that, and then of course Kingdom Hearts Union went, but that's beside the point. The point now is Arcus Odyssey.
Yes, so today's game is Arcus Odyssey, which we've now found out was made by the people who became Namco Tales Studio. So all the Tales games were being made by the same company that made Arcus Odyssey.
Yeah, so if you like the Tales series, obviously, like this
Well,
is
it's a little bit different.
a setback. Well, yeah, it's a different, but you know, if you wanna explore their beginnings, they were actually known as Wolf Team back then instead of what they are now as Namco Tales Studio. But
So we kind of jumped straight into the gameplay here, so just to give you a bit of background information, at the start of the game you can pick between 4 characters, and we've chosen to go with Diane, and the reason for that is because she has a bow and arrow which has an incredible range and can bounce off walls.
yeah, it makes this game so much easier. But then there's also 3 other warriors. There's Jedda the swordsman, who I used a little bit, but I didn't like getting too close to certain enemies because they were just kind of ruthless, like especially the crabs, they would shoot things at you. And then there's also Erin the warrior maiden, who she was my character of choice because she had a whip type thing. And then there's Bead the mage, who I really did not use.
Yeah, so each of the characters have a different weapon, but they've also got different health, and you can use different spells and stuff like that. So it's really down to personal preference. The reason why I chose Diane is because you can shoot things that aren't even on the screen, which is very, very helpful, because enemies like these little concubine thingies, they can shoot projectiles that go for miles. So it's nice to be able to get the upper hand on them.
Yeah, definitely. And like you can lose health so fast in this game.
Yeah, it's also worth pointing out that I'm kind of speeding through this because I've been playing it for a little while. First time we played through this game, it took so long to actually get anywhere because you're so worried about getting hurt, and the maps are actually really confusing the first time you play them.
Yeah, it almost kind of feels how I felt when I first played through Demon Souls. I'm just kind of like, oh, I don't want to die anywhere, no. But,
yeah, I mean, it's not too bad if you die, you just start back at the beginning, but still, you feel like you've lost quite a lot because of the way the game's designed as well. Like, if you don't talk to one specific person, you probably won't be able to progress.
Yeah, that's true as well.
So, like, you can go all the way to the end. Like, even if you know what you've got to do, you'll think, oh, I've just got to go here to get the key. Oh, wait, I didn't speak to that guy first, so now I've got to go all the way back to the other side to speak to that guy. And what's even worse is that the enemies always respawn. As soon as you go off the screen, they're back.
Yeah, that was like the worst part about this game for me, because like when I first discovered that I had just killed some of those crab creatures from the first part of this, well, the first level, the first act, and one of them just shot me and I was just dead after that. It just wasn't good at all. But as you can see here, we're talking to some prisoners. You can actually
We refused to help the first person, even though he gave us a massive sub-story. And there's a reason for that. Not because we're cruel people, it's because Faria actually has an attack which homes on to enemies. And you can't do really much better than that. It's just...
Yeah.
The other guy just throws axes in the direction you attack, which doesn't really help that much.
No, not at all. The homing ones are definitely a lot better.
And it makes it a lot easier. See, look, they just follow everything everywhere. You just spam your attack and they'll just find something to kill.
Yep. Ah, it's so good.
It's actually pretty powerful as well. And she sticks with you as well as you go through the game. She doesn't leave your side.
Yeah, that is until I guess until you get to the next level. Because if you die during this level and you have her, you have to get her. You have to get her again, right? Like if you die,
I think so. Yeah,
if you
you
die
have,
now.
You have to decide whether you want to get her again.
But a little bit about the story, since we didn't really go into that at all. This is actually like there is this evil witch, and
I didn't even realize there was a story.
Yeah. Well, it's all in like the very beginning. There's like this huge cutscene explaining like what's going on, and there's basically like this evil sorceress, blah 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 blah. She gets trapped in a sword by this beautiful princess who's
Wait,
like,
so an evil person gets trapped in a sword?
well, the princess traps her in a sword. See? Because you can trap people in swords in these kind of games.
As you do, you know?
As you do. And, so, like, this is basically 1,000 years after that all happened, and some of the sorceress's followers were just kind of like, we want her back, and we want chaos for some odd reason. And
Again, as you do.
Yeah, so it's up to these warriors, since I guess the princess has passed on now. So it's up to you guys in order to save the world.
It doesn't look like there's that much chaos going on, if I'm honest.
No, it's just angry creatures.
Well, they don't even try to attack you, really. They just kind of sit there. It's more like self-defense by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's kind of cruel. I'm surprised PETA didn't have something to say about this.
Probably
Sea
didn't know if
life.
they existed then.
It's like sea life cruelty.
Just so you know, I didn't actually have to make that massive detour there. I could have just gone straight to the end of the level, but I wanted to get an object called a Lamp of Life, which effectively gives you a massive health regen.
Oh yeah, a little bit about like the pickups as well. Do you want to go into those, Darryl?
The what?
Like about the pickups, like how when you pick up like a health item, you automatically get it.
Yeah, well, some items get used automatically. Like when we beat that first boss, he gave me an upgrade, and that made my bow stronger. And that gets used automatically. But there are other ones which you can save, like the Lamp of Life. You kind of just store up, and you can use it whenever you need it. But it won't be
Regular
used
health
for
items.
you. Like if you can just die, and it can be sitting there, and you're thinking,
Yeah.
that's really not helpful. But
Exactly. But yeah, it gives you kind of like a second chance.
I really hate this
definitely
boss. Like the first part is so easy, but the second part, if you don't have that homing person, it's really difficult because I don't know. There's just something in my brain that says, okay, he's appearing there. I need to dodge, but I always run into it.
Yeah. But anyways, we reached the end of our episode. We won't go into this level at all. Because,
Yeah, this is
well,
it's too scary. The graphics in this level do my eyes in.
I know. So yeah.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed watching us play Arcus Odyssey. Next episode, we're going to be doing Ariel the Little Mermaid, which we've played a little bit of it, and it's probably one of the worst games that we've done so far.
Like, this music in this game is beautiful compared to just Ariel. It's so terrible.
Well, you'll find
But
out.
that's for next time.
Yeah, you'll find out next episode. See you next time, guys.
Well, that's it this episode of Let's Play Again. Be sure to tune in next time as we go under the sea with Ariel. For more information on our series, you can go to gamingunion.net. As always, thank you for listening and watching. This has been a gamingunion.net production.